earlier that you guys have started your own label, so you no longer have to like answer to,
anybody. Yeah. I put out the music that I want when I want, and it's the best thing ever. Yeah.
How long have you guys started this label? And what do you guys kind of plan on doing with it in the future? Like just doing yourselves? You guys plan to bring other people in?
I mean, the possibilities are endless. Right now, it's just, it's TRANSVIOLET partnership. And like, we literally just created it for the purpose of putting out TRANSVIOLET music. But, things evolve, and I'd be willing to see where it evolves. But yeah, to answer your question, we started it in like late 2019.
Okay.
Like when we were releasing the Born to Rule album. That was like the first self-released album. And then like COVID happened. It was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. What are we doing? But no, now I'm like so grateful for it. And I think it was like the best decision we ever made. And yeah, maybe in the future it would be cool to like release other artists under it. I guess it's just like, after having such bad experiences with labels, I would really want to make sure that I could support and foster artists in the way that I would want to be supported.
Yeah.
And so I think we'd have to grow more before that could happen, but yeah, maybe in the future.
Yeah, that's a story that's been told, like, obviously through the entirety of music history, is basically label issues and dealing with people that aren't necessarily the most creative and don't really understand like the creative process. So like, aside from the creative process, like label wise, how would you say like you guys being independent, what's the main kind of benefits to that? And do you see any like drawbacks that you've seen from being like independent, or
there's definitely pros and cons, I mean, like being on a major label, it's like, especially when things were going well, which things were for us for a while, like when all that, crazy shit was happening in the beginning, it's like doors were opening for us, the bank accounts were opening for us, it's just like, oh my gosh, like people were just like throwing money at you to be able to kind of like do what you want, but it does come at a price, right? It's like, if people are throwing that much money at you, they're going to expect to have a say in what you're doing. They're going to expect something in return. And that's the quid pro quo of it all, is like, okay. So yeah, now I guess like the benefit is like, we have complete creative control. We're able to put the music we want out when we want to, and it can be as weird out or as like out there as we want. The con is like, sometimes you do that and things flop, like, because you're the only person saying yes or no. And sometimes things just like don't go how you think they're going to go. And, another con is like, yeah, sometimes you have to make like really tough decisions, like financially, because there are limitations. You're not on a major label that has millions of dollars to back you up. You're an independent artist that, just has your income from streaming and synchronizations and those kind of things coming in, which is like, it's all awesome. It's great to like have that power and have that control and have that, that income coming in. But it means like, even like right now, we're getting ready to go on a support tour in the fall. And so that means we're like not able to, or like we're having to come up with more creative ways to like fund music videos and stuff like that now, because it's like, all right, well, that's just not in the budget right now,
Yeah. There's definitely pros and cons of being, on both sides, but I think creatively you'll start to see, well, you're probably already saying like, you just feel like so much more freeing, like you said earlier.
Yeah, totally. And I think it's like every artist will have to like make that decision for themselves. And I think just what to think about if you're thinking about signing to a label is like, these people, this is a business, like that's a business for them. Like, do you want your music to be a business? Because like, that's what it's going to be. The people are going to be looking at the numbers. They're going to want to make it profitable. Like that's going to be their priority. Like no matter what they're saying to you, because they're going to say all the nice things to you. Like that is what it's going to be their focus. And like, is that what you want? And yeah, everybody has to decide for themselves. I'm not even now, like knowing all that, I'm not sure I'd take back my experience with labels because it did get us where we were, so I don't know. It's a tough call.
And now you have that knowledge, from both sides. So, knowledge is always beneficial.
Right. Exactly. It's like, I wouldn't go back and like not sign the deals that we signed. Well, maybe one of them I wouldn't have signed that, but I don't know if I would sign another one now,
Yeah.
but we're in a different place. So I don't know. It's hard to say.